Welcome back to Monitoring the Marshals, where we sort out the who and what of marshal interactions. Today's interaction comes to us from Marshal J.J. Mitchell, a trainee with the U.S. Marshal Service. On August 1st, 1899, Marshal Mitchell approached the scene of a potential contraband distribution, and he stumbled upon a citizen engaging in a potential contraband activity. Now let's see how this interaction unfolds. Excuse me, sir, you mind if I have a conversation with you?
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah. So, I'm an undercover U.S. Marshal, and I just happened to see you over there, talking to that woman. What's going on there? According to established county law, if a U.S. Marshal witnesses a contraband interaction, they have probable cause to arrest and search you for contraband. However, it should be noted that if a U.S. Marshal only is aware of contraband selling in the area, they may ask somebody that they see in the area to stop and ask a question. But they are not, however, in their rights to forcibly detain you and search you without probable cause of the actual exchange occurring. This key difference is what's going to make this interaction, in particular, turn quite hostile.
Alright, can I show you something quickly?
Sure, what is it?
Well, so you see this gun, like the side of it, like, what?
Damn it.
You're pulling out a gun?
You didn't even want to let me speak to you.
You're pulling out a gun?
I don't mean to interrupt. I was
going to talk to you about the reason, you dickhead.
So as this entire interaction has started to take a turn for the worst, we see Marshal Mitchell whip out his lasso and detain the suspect. The reason for the hog tie appears to be quite clearly motivated by the brandishing of the firearm during a very tense questioning encounter regarding illegal contraband. Was J.J. Mitchell right to potentially fear for his life in this situation? Well, we'll let you be the judge of that in the comments down below. Let's continue. Nah, you ain't pulling out with no gun while you're talking to a law enforcement.
Yeah.
Back away from my scene now.
No, I know. I'm just wanted to talk to you. I wanted to talk to you about something real quick. Lawman, he is one of my employees at the gunsmith down there.
Well, he was just selling contraband.
Yeah, I understand.
You didn't even let me explain myself.
But
I was
if we
going to
could
say
just...
that I was trying to interest the lady.
Hang on, one person at a time. Shut up down there. I'm talking to your boss here. I know what's going on. Let's keep this peaceful.
Yeah, just so...
At this point, it's quite clear that J.J. Mitchell has had extensive de-escalation training, as he has now sort of read the room and realized that the people around him are not a threat and has holstered his weapons. Perhaps the sign of a reasonable individual, or a foolish mistake. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, so I just, I understand he's up to no good or whatnot. If we could just, like, he's a good worker for the most part. Like, I understand he was up to no good. If we could just take it easy on him, I'd highly appreciate it.
You didn't even let me explain myself.
Well, we're gonna let you. Hopefully, we'll get to that, Billy.
We're coming around to it. Shut up, you'll get your turn.
Yeah, the cunt just hooked me for no reason.
So,
Shut up.
We could just work something out, or if I could, if there was a bond I could pay to get him out or something.
There is a bond, but I can't do it here. We have to do it at the station. You can meet me there. We can talk about it. But when you talk to this guy first.
Shut up when you was talking to me first.
I was talking to him because he wanted to interrupt the scene for a second and talk to me. We'll deal with this. If you want to pay his bail, there won't be any jail time. But we have to. I do have to talk to him. Listen, you tell me you're going to show me something. You're over there selling contraband, and then you pull out your gun on a U.S. Marshal. You think I'm not going to hog tie you for my own safety? Are you out of your mind? I don't think so.
Can we go away from these lot and we'll talk about it?
No, we can't do that right now. Right now, you're gonna sit here and just explain to me what happened first. What were you doing?
I can't be bothered because you're shit. Because I was gonna tell you fucking that I was trying to interest people into going down to the gunsmith, and I was gonna show you the work that I do, and then you decided to put me on the floor, you silly bitch.
You do know that I saw you selling contraband, right?
That's just probable asked me cause. What I was doing, and then you're telling me.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd just tell me and no, I can ask you, but I was hoping for a confession, but you lied to me. At this point in the interaction, J.J. Mitchell has now arrested the suspect and is bringing him in for questioning. Just merely witnessing the exchange with the local is enough probable cause to then stop and search you. It's clear that Mr. Mitchell's intent was to question him in order to get information from him and see if he would get a confession. Typically, the confession might make a marshal go a little bit easier on you if you're just honest with them about what you're doing and give up without difficulty. But it's clear the suspect in this case did not have any interest in doing that, and instead decides to swear and call the marshal names over and over again. And I have to give a little bit of respect to J.J. Mitchell here for staying calm in this situation, as he did not fire back in return. I'm just trying to do a thing here, trying to like do my job.
No, because I understand where you're coming from, but I don't feel like you're understanding where I'm coming from. Yeah, I do. Because at the end of the day, you've just got to do your job, alright?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you speak your piece. I won't say a word, and then when you're done, I want you to listen to me, and I will acknowledge anything you said that I agree with and don't agree with. We'll have a nice little conversation.
Like, I was going to explain my side of the story. I was going to say that I work, so you've already been informed by my boss that I work at the gunsmith, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just going to tell you and show you the work that I do with my gun. I wasn't even pointing it at you. Maybe you thought I did, but I didn't. And because I was trying to show you the side and the engravings and all the work I do. And I was trying to tell you that I'm basically speaking to all the locals at St. Denis because we're local, and I wanted to interest her if she ever gets the time, because obviously it's a dangerous place in this town. If she needs to protect herself, then she knows where we are. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, yes. The problem
is... That's all I was saying, and then, you know, it kind of got a bit escalated, but yeah.
The problem is, when I approached you and identified myself as law enforcement, I don't know that you're a gun seller. Now, if you're going to say, hey, can you mind if I show you something? You do understand that on these streets, people open fire on marshals all the time. So you pull out a gun, the first thing I'm going to think is this is going to turn south. So I hogtied you for my own safety. Do you at least understand that much so far?
Yes, I mean, I'll do the same as someone did, but,
okay,
you know,
all right. But I didn't shoot back at you. I didn't do nothing like that, right? All right, so now let me finish what I was saying. We're almost done. I think I understand where you're coming from, but I need you to understand where I'm coming from. U.S. Marshal, if we do see you engaging with another person who's reported contraband in the area, that means that we have probable cause to search you for contraband. If I don't see it, then I just can ask you, but you can deny a search. But at this point, you are being detained and you will be searched. You understand that?
All right.
Okay. Your story is a bunch of bullshit, and you know it, so... looks like 3 bags of cocaine.
Whether you believe, yeah, that's all my personal use, but whether you believe my story or not, that's your choice, you know. At the end of the day, I understand where you're coming from. If you don't understand where I'm coming from, that's fine. That's what you believe.
So I tell you what, you apologize for the words you were giving me earlier, and I'll let you post bail. How's that sound?
Alright, then I apologize.
After this little interaction ended, Mr. Bill Straps landed himself in jail for 10 months and a $150 fine. Overall, J.J. Mitchell gets an A for remaining calm in a very tense situation, trying to de-escalate when possible, and not overreacting to perceived threats. While it's possible that J.J. Mitchell could have given a bit more leeway for the gunsmith to speak, it's understandable, especially on the streets of Saint Denis, that one may want to protect themselves if somebody pulls out a firearm, especially if you don't know who they are. Bill Straps, on the other hand, gets a C, because he used a lot of profanity and foul language of the U.S. Marshal that was just trying to do his job the best he could, but in the end he apologized and they made amends. However, it might benefit someone like Mr. Straps in the future to use clearer language prior to pulling out a firearm, because the words that he used did in fact construe the possibility that there was danger coming.